Most traders believe motivation is the answer. They watch motivational videos, they feel inspired. They promise themselves they will become disciplined. They feel excited about the future. And for a few days, sometimes even a few weeks, they work hard. They study charts, they journal trades, they follow their rules. But then something happens. A losing streak appears. Emotions become stronger, discipline starts disappearing, and suddenly, motivation is gone. This is one of the biggest realities in trading that many people never fully understand. Motivation alone will not make you profitable, because motivation is temporary. But profitable trading requires consistency, and consistency requires something much deeper than motivation. It requires discipline. It requires emotional control. It requires structure. In this video, I want to explain something extremely important: why motivation alone will never make you profitable. Because once you truly understand this, your entire approach to trading will change. You will stop depending on emotional excitement. You will stop waiting to feel motivated, and you will start building habits and systems that continue working even when emotions change. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you will understand why motivation fades, why disciplined traders outperform emotional traders, and how you can slowly build the mindset required for long-term trading success. And if you want to continue building a strong trading mindset, consider subscribing to Bull Mindset. This channel is focused on discipline, psychology, and long-term consistency. Now let us begin with a simple truth. Motivation feels powerful, but it is unstable. This is something many traders learn too late. Motivation is emotional energy, and emotions always change. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel confident. Some days you feel focused. But other days you feel tired, frustrated, discouraged. And if your trading performance depends on motivation, your consistency will disappear whenever emotions change. Now let us go deeper. Most traders begin their journey highly motivated. They imagine financial freedom. They imagine becoming profitable quickly. They imagine changing their life through trading. And this excitement creates strong emotional energy in the beginning. But eventually, reality appears. Losses happen. Mistakes happen. Self-doubt appears. And slowly, motivation starts fading. Now let us talk about why this happens psychologically. The human brain loves excitement. It loves new goals. It loves the emotional feeling of possibility, but the brain also avoids discomfort, and trading contains constant discomfort, losses, uncertainty, waiting, emotional pressure. And because of this, motivation naturally decreases over time. Now, let us talk about another important truth. Profitable trading is repetitive, and repetition is not exciting. Professional traders often do the same things every day. They follow routines. They manage risk carefully. They wait patiently. They avoid emotional decisions. This process is disciplined, but emotionally, it often feels boring. Now let us move into real trading examples. Imagine a trader who feels extremely motivated after watching trading videos online. They promise themselves they will finally become disciplined. For 1 week, everything goes well. They follow rules carefully. They avoid emotional mistakes. But then they experience a losing streak. Frustration appears. Confidence disappears. Now motivation is gone. And suddenly, old emotional habits return. Overtrading, revenge trading, risking too much. Now imagine a professional trader. They also experience difficult periods. They also feel frustration sometimes. But their behavior does not depend on motivation. Their behavior depends on systems, habits, rules, discipline. This is the difference. Now let us consider another situation. A trader wakes up feeling unmotivated. They do not feel excited. They do not feel emotionally strong. Because of this, they stop journaling. They stop reviewing trades. They stop following structure. Now imagine a disciplined trader. They also wake up feeling unmotivated sometimes, but they continue their routine anyway because they understand something important. Success is built through repeated behavior, not emotional excitement. Now let us go deeper into psychology. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think disciplined people always feel motivated, but that is not true. Disciplined traders often act correctly even when they do not feel like it. That is the real meaning of discipline. Doing what is necessary even when emotions disagree. Now let us talk about consistency. Consistency is not emotional. Consistency is behavioral, and behavior must continue even when motivation disappears. This is why habits matter so much. Now let us talk about another important truth. Emotional motivation creates emotional trading. When traders feel excited, they often become impulsive. They risk too much. They chase trades. They force activity. But professional traders stay emotionally balanced. They do not trade based on emotional energy. They trade based on structure. Now let us talk about routines. Routines reduce emotional decision-making. When you follow the same process daily, your behavior becomes more stable, and stable behavior creates stable performance. Now let us go deeper into long-term thinking. Long-term profitable traders understand that success takes time. And because of this, they stop depending on short emotional bursts of motivation. They focus on gradual improvement. Now let us talk about emotional discipline. Emotional discipline means staying consistent during both good periods and difficult periods. After losses, after wins, after frustration, after emotional exhaustion. This stability is what creates long-term growth. Now let us talk about another important truth. Motivation usually focuses on outcomes. Discipline focuses on process. Motivated traders think about profits constantly. Disciplined traders think about execution. And this difference changes behavior completely. If this video is helping you understand the deeper psychological side of trading, consider subscribing to Bull Mindset, because mindset is what separates emotional traders from consistent traders. Now let us go even deeper. The market constantly tests emotional stability. After losses, emotions want revenge. After wins, emotions want excitement. After boredom, emotions want action. And if your behavior depends on emotional feelings, consistency becomes impossible. Now let us talk about habits. Habits are powerful because they continue even when motivation disappears. This is why routines matter more than emotional excitement. Now let us talk about another psychological trap. Many traders wait to feel ready. They wait to feel disciplined. They wait to feel motivated. But successful traders understand something important. Action creates discipline, not emotion. Now let us talk about self-awareness. Professional traders study their emotional patterns carefully. They understand what triggers emotional mistakes. They understand when frustration affects decision-making. They understand when confidence becomes overconfidence. This awareness creates control. Now let us talk about patience. Patience is difficult because it feels emotionally uncomfortable. Waiting feels unproductive. Doing nothing feels boring. But profitable traders understand patience protects them from emotional mistakes. Now let us talk about emotional recovery. One bad trading day can destroy motivation quickly, and this is why emotional recovery matters. Professional traders reset mentally after difficult sessions. They review mistakes calmly. They return with clarity. Now let us talk about another important truth. Trading success often comes from simple behaviors repeated consistently. Risk management, patience, emotional control, discipline. These things sound simple, but emotionally, they are difficult to maintain over long periods. Now let us talk about mental frameworks that help traders become more disciplined. The first framework is process over motivation. Do not wait to feel inspired. Follow your routine anyway. The second framework is habits over emotions. Build systems that continue even during emotional periods. The third framework is long-term thinking. Judge progress over months and years, not days. The fourth framework is emotional neutrality. Stay balanced emotionally. Do not become too excited after wins or too discouraged after losses. Now let us talk about practical exercises. One powerful exercise is creating a fixed daily routine. Wake up at the same time. Review charts at the same time. Journal at the same time. Consistency builds stability. Another exercise is tracking discipline instead of profits. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I follow my rules? Another helpful practice is reducing emotional pressure through smaller risk. Smaller risk creates calmer decisions. Another exercise is planning trades before market sessions begin. This reduces impulsive decisions. Another important exercise is reviewing emotional mistakes weekly. Identify patterns, identify triggers, identify moments where emotions interrupted discipline. Now, let us go even deeper. Motivation is useful in the beginning. It can help you start. But discipline is what keeps you moving when emotions disappear. And eventually, every trader reaches that moment. The moment where excitement fades. The moment where trading feels repetitive. The moment where progress feels slow. And this is where many traders fail, because they depended too much on emotion and not enough on structure. Now let us talk about emotional maturity. Emotional maturity in trading means understanding that success is built slowly. It means accepting difficult periods calmly. It means continuing your process even when results feel uncertain. This emotional stability creates consistency. Now let us move toward the final message. Motivation alone will never make you profitable, because motivation changes. Emotions change. Energy changes. But disciplined habits can continue even when emotions disappear. And that is what creates long-term trading success. Let me leave you with one final thought. The traders who succeed are not always the most motivated. They are often the most disciplined, the most patient, the most emotionally stable. If you improve your habits, your behavior improves. If your behavior improves, your consistency improves. And if your consistency improves, profitability becomes possible. And if you want to continue building that mindset, subscribe to Bull Mindset. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.